autistic, man. You can't trust me to listen to
Listen, y'all. But listen, y'all. So before we get into our normal theatrics, look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit.
I was brought here against my will. They pointed a gun at me saying you're doing this video. I'm like, okay.
I don't believe him. He's fine. Because listen, what we got here, I even have a fancy little tablet now, okay? So my camera is somewhere off in the abyss now. Beautiful Alexia, my wife, you guys will see her shortly. Okay, we have a surprise for that. She actually made this world. And it is public for y'all to come and check out. And it's where we're going to start doing the podcast. And we're going to start getting pictures of all the guests. Full thing. Anyway, and you can hear us better. She did a little audio thing. Audio is so much nicer. But, boink boink, here's how we're going to test out camera angles. So, we got Shadow and we got Jaxx. He is our guest today. You remember him from the Brother episode.
Hello.
If you don't remember him, you should catch up.
Good evening.
Remember catch up. I love. You just have to tell your audience that they have to like look back at every single episode. Like, where is he at? Oh, that's him.
Yeah, exactly. They'll figure it out. If they know, they know. If they don't, catch up. I have a tablet now. I feel authoritative. This is nice.
What is this, iCarly now? What is this, iCarly? You're gonna be like Freddy and like, you know, click the button.
One day,
Don't give
you'll
them
see.
ideas for other. No, I was gonna say, don't give them ideas for other cages to fucking put me in. They already don't let me leave and feed me like once a week,
I'm gonna
bro.
click a button back here. You tell me if it changes the camera angle.
Not touching the tablet. Tablet down.
I will say that is something I noticed that it doesn't change it for us. Or at least it doesn't change it for me. I don't know if it changed it for you, Jack.
No, so it's all local settings.
I mean, no,
so thankfully, my camera's seeing what I'm
is...
touching. It's mainly to prevent anybody if we have extra people in here. If they press buttons, it will not screw us over.
Okay. I also mainly just yeah, that's what I was doing.
That's fair. Well, listen, y'all, we got some Reddit stories.
As much as I love our intro, I don't want to stare at it the entire time.
I want to stare at it the entire time.
Sometimes we will. Sometimes we'll just zone the fuck out.
I will say, it makes me very happy to look at OBS and see that my audio is like actually really, really balanced. Will I have to learn the camera angles a little bit, but it's fine. So hi, if you're new on Twitch. We're on Spotify now too, by the way. Actually, don't let me forget that. We've made it to Spotify. We figured that out. So that was an accomplishment.
Gotta get a hit. Gotta get a hit, bro.
Always.
So while they're being a little fruity in the corner,
we're not being fruity, okay? I just asked if I can get a hit of his vape. That's it.
You don't share your vapes with the homies?
Yeah,
I'll share it with Squishy.
Exactly. The boys share their vapes with each other the exact same way. What do you mean?
Where is mine actually?
You're not a real vapor.
Oh,
anyway.
I'm a vapor.
So.
Oh shit. Oh, there it is.
Wait, hold on. They can't. Hold on. They can't see it.
Because I'm almost certain Twitch can't see that.
Wait, thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
I got you, homie.
Well, at least I got a clip of it in.
Listen, man, it's alright. We'll just heal the tablet up and we'll never know what happens behind the tablet.
Oh, she do like funny ones.
Alright, so
we doing funny moments.
I will admit I needed some lighthearted fun. I found some really weird ones. I will admit I'm gonna have to go and remind me to mess with my avatar later. I'm gonna apologize in advance to the stream or to anybody who watches these videos. If I'm very bright, I'm sorry. I can't fix that. I don't know what you want from me. I'm noticing that in OBS, so like it's like blindingly white.
On the left couch.
They're gonna be like, man, this whole world is like they're so bright. Oh my god.
Listen, you guys asked for an angel, and I'm here. Hope.
I do like how I am the only one here really wearing light colored clothing.
I'm wearing black clothing. I mean, that's not a problem.
I mean, so is Pop.
He's not a fish, Mom.
Shadow's
It's a
wearing
fish,
dark
Mom.
clothing.
I've got literally a bright ass purple hoodie on. What do you
I'm
mean,
wearing
no fucking
light
colors?
gray pants and a light blue shirt with a white
Jesus.
gloves and yellow shoes.
Bitch,
What do
you're
you want
turquoise.
from
What do
me?
you mean?
Maybe that's why I stand out so much. The rest of you guys have good color palettes, and I'm fucking pale. Should go tan.
I wouldn't necessarily call this a good color palette, but
This is a good color palette. This is a great color palette. It's an amazing color palette.
You know what else is a good color palette?
It's not.
The Reddit story I found. Sit your ass down.
embrace the gay. Go rainbow.
But no, this is actually a new subreddit, so I've never heard of this subreddit, and I needed some lighthearted laughs today. This originally comes from Waiting to Wed. It got cross-posted into Am I the Devil? And it's, I can't bring myself to propose to my girlfriend of 7 years because of her health. Advice needed.
Time out? Time out?
Yeah. We've owned a house together for 4 years. I love her and care for her deeply as a person. She's my best friend. She's been bugging me to propose for around 2 years. My issue is that I'm no longer attracted to her. When we met, she was fit. Gradually, she gained weight. Not an insane amount, but enough that I find myself not attracted to her very much. I value health and fitness very strongly, and she knows that health is an important value to me. I would never tell her that I find her unattractive because of the weight, but I have encouraged her to partake in healthier ways of eating with me various times without ever bringing weight or attraction into the picture. I don't know how to proceed. Is this unreasonable to mention something like health or weight the next time she asks when I'm going to propose? When over the years I have changed some of my own behaviors that she would mention not liking about myself. Why is health and weight somehow not something you're allowed to mention? And I will say, in the comments, OP is torn a new one for suddenly not loving the person he wants to propose to, doesn't want to propose to. He doesn't like her anymore, something like that.
I mean,
I have some concerns.
I mean,
So, got a question, OP. What's your address so I can fucking rip you a new one?
We out here doxing.
Quite literally, that is the dumbest reason.
yeah, I'll be honest
gotta
though,
think,
like if you're together for so long, and like, you know, I get it, you know, you're trying to help them and everything, but still, it's like
Like,
what the
okay.
fuck, you know,
Let's put this in perspective, okay? Her and I both have shit health.
Hello.
Do you think that Mason and Rosie ever really took that into accommodation or took that into account when they proposed to us? No, because they don't give a fuck.
No.
Through sickness and health, motherfuckers. That's how it fucking goes. And if you have a problem with
There's
that,
there's definitely
there's the
something.
door.
There is something else to it. They're probably just not mentioning it though. I feel like
If
they're
there
like
is-
Think about it.
I would like
this
to know.
way. One thing that could have happened, because I have actually heard of this happening before, is maybe whenever they got together, it's gonna sound like shitty anyway I try to put it, but maybe whenever they got together, she was a bit healthier and stuff like that, and then after they got together, say she stopped kind of taking care of herself as much and shit like that and everything, and who knows how long, I forget how long you said the relationship
7 years.
has been.
7 years.
7 years.
Like,
Okay.
But for 7 years though, it's just that you're with a person and everything, and you guys have been together
It
for
could
so
have been over
long.
the last-
Why is it yeah, like why is it that, like, you know, you're with somebody and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm not liking this person anymore because they gained weight? Like, what the fuck?
Well,
That's what you do in a relationship.
It could be more along the lines of he's trying to help her with shit.
Yeah,
and
of course.
she and being like, hey, would you you mind like working out with me again? Would you mind us maybe trying to change our diet to something more like this occasionally, not right off the rip and everything else and shit like that? And her say giving pushback on it and being like, I don't give, for lack of better terms, because me dumbass, I don't give a fuck about my health and everything. I'm just gonna do what I want. If it's something like that, then I can understand it. If it's quite literally just, you got fat, I don't like you anymore. Yeah, no, you can get fucked up for that type of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
issue with the post is it's not that she's not even like unhealthily overweight. In OP's own words, she said she's gradually gained weight, not an insane amount, just enough that he does not think she's attractive anymore. So she's not like extremely overweight. She just gained a little.
See, but that's the thing. In like a good healthy relationship, especially like
You're gonna gain weight.
you're gonna gain weight. Like for me, example, before I started dating Mason, I was 130, 125 pounds. That was due to me progressively working out, due to me still kind of coming out of high school and sports and everything, but still working out. And then since I've been here and since I've been dating him, I've been progressively working on my eating habits. And I've been eating more and I have been gaining more weight. Do I like it? No, but I'm still doing it because I'm happy.
See, I think there's that, but it's
No,
also, I think this comes down to like, this is a 7-year relationship. And instead of being like, she is an amazing, this entire post, it's a very, very short post. It's literally 3 paragraphs. Doesn't comment on what she contributes, doesn't comment on how amazing she is or what he enjoys. It's strictly based on physical attraction. And while, yes, you're allowed to fall out of a partner, if you're going to base all of your attraction strictly on their looks and not, oh, but she's an amazing person or she's an amazing cook or she's really kind or she's compassionate or funny, and it's just, she gained weight, I don't like her anymore. I think you're a dick. And the fact that it's a 7-year relationship and you're just like, oh, you're dragging your feet now. She's been bugging you for 2 years about when are we gonna take our next step forward because you have a house together. How long have you been lying and denying and hiding the fact that you're no longer attracted to a person who clearly wants a forever with you that you no longer want? Because that's going to create so much more resentment. And within the comments too, the very, very top comment says, why are you lying and saying it's because of her health when you clearly state it's because you're not attracted to her anymore? Stop the self-deceit and break up with this poor girl so she can find someone who will love her even weighing a little bit more. In your own words, not an insane amount.
It's wild.
OP, there's the door.
Yeah,
no,
but,
that
For context,
you fell in love with
there's a
them
door
for a
over
reason
here.
and stayed with them.
There's the
for-
door,
for
bitch.
a reason. Yeah, for a reason.
3 years even. Like not
Yeah.
look, even if you condense it down and stuff, you've been with them for 7 years. Say you started to fall out of attraction with them around the 5-year mark or something like that and everything. Yeah. Like you said, you're allowed to fall out of love with somebody, but you fell in love with them for some reason. So there's more to it than just the attraction thing as to why you're falling out of love with them, and you don't want to admit that.
Well, and like,
I
if you
bet
love
you-
someone
I
strictly
bet
for
you it's the
attraction, you're
sex.
so shallow.
Yeah.
I bet you it's the sex.
It probably is.
He doesn't like it anymore. Because she has I bet you it's the sex because due to the fact that she's gained weight but not an insane amount, he doesn't have the same feeling of attraction towards her because of how different she's supposedly looking. If that makes
You a
sense.
prick.
There's the door. The door over there.
God damn
The
it,
door's
bro.
over there. The door's
Listen,
over
and
It's over there.
with a solid start of shitty stories, the next one goes to Squishy. That one was very short, but it was just enough that I was like, "Excuse me, bitch."
This one's also very short.
My tablet.
Take that away from
I'm
me
an
before I
iPad
click
kid.
a button. Take it away from me before I click a button. Alright, so this is on r/revenge stories. It's very small, it's very short. I'm talking like maybe 6 sentences. This one's called Revenge on an Old Friend. Long story short, I'm a 30-year-old female and I'm no longer friends with this person, 32-year-old female, but I know she cheats on her husband. Since she is horrible and deserves it, I'd like to spill the beans anonymously, but because why not? I downloaded the app text-free and signed up with my email. My phone number is not attached to it. Could it still be traceable? I was just thinking of some simple along the lines of, hey, you don't know me, but blank is obviously the ex-friend is cheating on you. Have a nice day. And then it goes through the thing of like, does anyone know if it's traceable or anything? And then it says edit to add. When I say traceable, I mean traceable by person sending the message to. I know the police are capable of tracing it if it was for something illegal and they had like a shit with it. But yeah, that's that.
I mean, honestly though, they get what they deserve, because if you're, if a girl's cheating on their... If a girl is like cheating on their mans and like the other girl, their best friend knows about it and stuff like that. I mean, their husband is husband, yeah, that's a husband too. And it's like, it's fucked. They get what they deserve, really.
It's
and,
like, how long
at least
has
the guy
this said chick and their husband been together? How many times has she cheated on them? Do they have kids? Like all that kind of shit. Because that eventually leads up to divorce, and that can cause a series of like a domino effect of just shit. But
they get what they deserve, honestly, basically, and just like honestly, at least he knows now. At least the husband knows about it. He's like, oh shit, like how long? Yeah, that's like another question. How long has this been going on for? Like you said, and like how many fucking years of this has been happening? But she gets what she deserves.
How many dicks have you sucked in the last 3 years?
I mean, her
That's
friend
a wild
is like,
statement.
her friend was just trying to help the husband too. At least that, she was like, I guess nice enough to do this shit, but like, still get what they deserve. Honestly.
It was the girl's friend that reached out to the husband saying, hey, she's cheating.
Yes.
Okay, in my honest opinion, that's a true girl's girl right there. I'll be honest, because I know like everybody else would say a girl's girl is like, oh, don't worry, Pooks, I'll keep your secret. Absolutely not.
No.
If you truly love somebody as a friend, you call them out when they fuck up. And if it's to that severity, you're saving so much pain by being blunt. And also, it makes you just, I think to hide shit like that, like you're a really shitty person. I've had people in my life where like I knew about cheating and I would go to someone and be like, dude, I know like X, Y, and Z is happening. How do I handle this? And I was told to stay quiet because it's not my business. And it's like, how is it not my business when it's like, even if they're friends or family, it involves you to a certain extent, even if it's not super, super direct. Like I'm not the partner being cheated on, but I think you're shitty if you keep that hidden and locked away and just let people get hurt and then go, oh yeah, I knew the entire time. I just kept my mouth shut. You're untrustworthy then. I would not trust you for shit.
You're an accomplice to what has been said.
An enabler.
Truth. Not only
you're a huge enabler.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're an enabler.
Yeah.
Anyways, that would bring us to.
Oh god, we've had some really like short ones
story.
that are pretty cut and dry, but they were interesting enough.
My other two were long.
Alright, what am I getting paid?
Oh, so this comes
You're not
from
getting paid.
Stop dying, please.
my iPad kid tendencies. Flappy Bird. I'm gonna put that there. Anyway,
Clash Royale.
Clash Royale.
No, Clash of Clans.
Raid Shadow Legends.
That was amazing. That shit was amazing.
Okay, so this next one comes from today. I fucked up. I found this one last minute because I was gonna read a different one, but it was very long. And I'm talking, we would be here for an hour going through that story, and I don't have the time for that. And it's today I fucked up by thinking I could control the volume of my flatulence. So this happened when I was in high school in the early 2000s.
Oh no.
I went to a small Catholic school in the Midwest. Like, my graduating class was 100 people. And at that time, I thought I had a I had magical superpower of thinking I could turn off all my poofs. Farting.
Oh.
Bitch. No.
Don't say I'm lucky I'm pretty. Hey.
That's wild.
Yo.
That's like 6th grade science class.
Don't look at me.
No, hold on. I want to know how the writer of intensive lore and book reader didn't know what the word flatulence is.
Yeah.
You should have the biggest vocabulary out of everybody on our group.
Look, man, you think that shit sticks in my head? I use a thesaurus when I write.
Valid
Oh
statement.
yeah, I forgot you only read you only read spicy books.
Hey. Hey. Not all of them are like that.
All right. So now that we know what flatulence
Name me one you've read in
means,
the last year that's not.
she has no answer to that one.
Exactly.
Anyway, so graduating class was 100 people, and at the time, I thought I had a magical superpower of thinking I could turn off all my poofs into a silent one and vice versa. I had also an undiagnosed allergy to dairy, and I didn't know was the reason I had such gut troubles in my youth. I mean, I still poof. I don't know why they don't just use the word fart in this entire story. It does not come across. They have deemed it a different word. That's just a fair warning. It's really entertaining. Poof, man. I mean, I still poof all the time. It just doesn't hurt now. Anyways, this fate-filled day, our school was in the middle of standardizing testing that the state mandates.
You're not supposed to hurt whenever you rip ass.
That's just a Tuesday after Taco Bell.
Not unless it's a spicy one.
Listen, this
Man's
testing.
eating too much Taco Bell over there. He's having a fucking he's
Jaxx
not having
is
a
over
chocolate
there
star. He's
dying.
having a red
Oh.
star by the end of that. Like, fuck.
You know what? I want y'all's reactions to this one the entire time. Okay. So
Should I sit over there with them so you can get my? I'm gonna do it.
I got you.
Oh my god.
I have it set to the main camera, so you're good.
Why are you touching me, Mom?
Why?
She's touching me. I feel
Shadow, I
violent.
will knock your ass out if I cannot finish the story.
Not touching either.
I'm gonna throw it out over next to pod then. Fuck it. Fuck it.
There we go.
You know what?
This testing consumes a week of the school's calendar, and we all hated it. 8 hours for 5 days of nothing but Scantron testing and filling out bubbles. Every room in that school was silent. You could hear a sneeze or cough, even a chair moving from the ground from a room 3 classrooms away. This testing had really strict rules along the lines like a student. Why are we still dying? We haven't even got to the best part yet.
I'm laughing because I'm laughing.
Bitch, breathe.
She said breathe, not wheeze, bitch.
Oh my god.
This is why nothing ever gets
Through the
done.
nose, out through the mouth.
Okay, give me back my seat.
Oh my fucking god.
Biggs, I see you. Yes, I talked to chat. You lying asshole. Anyway,
It's okay, Cat. We love you.
so obviously the entire school is very quiet. And this testing has really strict rules along the lines like a student couldn't use the restroom during the tests, and once time was up on a section, you couldn't go back and finish it. Well, I had a full breakfast that day, full of protein and dairy to help keep me awake during this very boring time. I suddenly feel my lower gut start to expand. I was sitting there in those uncomfortable desks, the ones where the desk is attached to a hard plastic chair with the molded imprints of the butts to make it more comfortable. But for a tall gal like me, I didn't fit well. I normally fix this by sitting on one of my legs so I could sit up high enough where my hips didn't hurt. I could feel that bubble in my gut getting bigger and moving down, down, down. Why did they phrase everything like this? Why can't they be normal when they talk about farts?
It's very detailed. It's very detailed. Like it's very, very detailed in high school. Very detailed, bro. Like
Thankfully, I have my superpower. Knowing I would not get permission to leave the testing room, I tried focusing on pushing my poof out as slowly and quietly as possible. Well, the poof didn't so much slowly slip delicately out, but instead battle rammed its way out and smashed into my butt cheeks. If one of you,
I can imagine. I'm just like, you're just like, imagine the teacher, just like anybody's just like, yeah, what the fuck was that? And then just embarrassment.
I just want to know who.
You want to know what would be worse?
Battle
like
ram.
That happens, and the teacher's like, now, guys, I said to turn your phones on silent, not vibrate.
Who describes, one, they don't say fart, they say poof, and you already had me at that. But it's the fact that you say battle rammed its way and smashed into my butt cheeks. You couldn't just say you ripped ass in the classroom. Okay. During one.
Every kid's nightmare.
I'm just thinking of that one scene. I'm just thinking. Wait.
No.
Sorry, so we talk.
She's gonna pass out. We're gonna let it happen.
Alright, wait. I'm just thinking of that one scene with Scooby-Doo when like they're doing like a burping and farting contest in the kitchen area. I'm just thinking of that, and they're just like he's just going at it, and then he's like, oh, he's like, oh shit.
I feel like OP is still
God.
in school, to be honest.
I'm still not. There's
the
still
way
a
they're
whole other paragraph in this.
Oh no.
During one of the most stressful weeks for both students and teachers alike, the sound of a giant crash cymbal reverberated throughout those hollowed halls. Sitting roughly 3 inches off those plastic seats also seemed to help the sound bounce out, and longer than it really was. I swear the floors and walls shook for about 30 seconds that ruckus lasted. Everyone's eyes turned to me, and I stared so hard at the test paper, I forgot how to breathe. Note, this monstrosity was just loud, not smelling, thank God. But every eye was on me until the door to the classroom opened and another teacher from across the hall came in to see what the commotion was. My teacher came up to me, put her hand on my shoulder, and told me I was allowed to excuse myself if I needed it. I did not finish that portion of the testing. TLDR, today I fucked up by thinking I can control my farts, but instead of letting out a gentle, quiet breeze, I let out a monstrosity that got me excused from a state-mandated test.
You got excused because of that? What the fuck? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you can fart and shit and you get, can I get excused?
The ass end of their
100% they shit their pants. I'm betting. I shit you not. 100% shit their pants.
The ass end of their fucking
100%.
pants, bro. Fuck.
100%.
It's gonna be at school the rest of that fucking day after they let that shit out.
$100.
We're too immature to ever have another farting story.
Ass, bro. And the guy, I can imagine the guy, like the other teacher coming in, he's just like, he's all up, he's like, what was that? What the fuck? And he just like looks and he's just like, what was that, ladies and gentlemen? And then the teacher's like, I have no idea.
Dude, you have to transfer schools after that. You cannot stay in the same school. You gotta, new school. They will never live that down. High schools are so mean.
I mean, you got excuse. Wait. The real good question is, how the fuck did you get excused from a test from ripping fucking ass in a classroom?
I think the teacher could see her embarrassment to that level and was like, this poor soul.
Okay.
Or they thought she shit her pants.
That too.
That's what I'm saying. She shit her pants, bro. She shit her pants. 100%.
Again,
$100.
I'm telling you, just.
Just please, if any of you ever decide to rip ass around me, I swear to God, if you call it a poof, I'm hitting you in the face.
I should just do that. If I ever see you, I'll just do that. Poof. And just do the fuck.
I will deck you so hard in the nards that you're gonna wish Rosie pegged you.
Damn.
Just say fart. Just say you shit yourself. Say you ripped ass. If I hear oopsie, I pooped. I'm hitting you.
Poof.
Damn it. Squishy gets the next story. I fucking can't.
Okay.
I need therapy.
So this is originally from Am I the Asshole, but it got put on Best of Redditor Updates. This is Am I the Asshole for visiting my ex in jail against the wishes of my girlfriend?
Ah.
I'm taking this an entirely different turn.
Alright, from farts to prison.
Yep. There is a trigger warning on it, but it's just financial fraud scheme.
About that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be lucky to have an account by tonight.
There's a
You'll be fine. Grizzy
the
said
trigger
much
warning.
worse.
The trigger warning on it is financial fraud scheme.
Like embezzlement?
So I think so.
Oh, fun. Alright.
So I live with my girlfriend Molly and have done for the past 2 years. I love her, and since we're both financially stable, we're thinking of starting a family together. Props to you. Good for you. My ex-girlfriend... You shut your mouth over there. My ex-girlfriend Amy is in jail. She worked in finance, pretty high up, already earning great money, but got involved in an illegal scheme to make easy money. Everyone involved has been jailed. I heard about this and thought it was a shame, but we haven't been together for 4 years, so I had no reason to reach out to her. That was until I received a letter from her in the post where she told me that all her family and friends had cut her off and asking if I could be in contact with her purely as a friend, so she has someone she could talk to on the outside. I agreed and visited her today. Amy's family was upper class types who were obsessed with their reputation and so cut their criminal daughter off. Most of her friends are from the more professional circles as her, so they don't want to know her either. I'm the only friend outside of prison. She's a complete wreck of a person. When she saw me, she broke down in tears, as I'm the first person who's ever visited her. Amy doesn't belong in there at all. She's going out of her mind with boredom. Whoa, that's a sentence. Wait, what? She's basically losing her mind out of boredom by sitting in her cell while she's been put on some courses they have far below her capability. She has a degree in mathematics and numerous financial certifications. They're only offering her very basic skill courses. She has to wear clothes that are usually over/undersized and have been worn by many others before. From what she said, I think she's been being bullied in there too. She said there's a lot of women in there that don't like her, apparently, because she comes across as spoiled and snobby. After the first visit, she hugged me. After the first visit, she hugged me and thanked me for coming, and I said I'd try to come once a month. Molly was okay with me seeing Amy beforehand. When I got home, she said she doesn't feel comfortable. She said if it was anyone else, it would be okay, but the fact I'm going out of my way for my ex frightens her. She asked if I still had feelings for Amy, which I don't, but that didn't satisfy her, and she said she wouldn't feel happy unless I stopped seeing Amy, which I said I wouldn't. I'm Amy's only friend. Why should I let her sit in that shithole alone when I could be there just as a friend to help her through it? So before I say the update, I want your opinions.
Okay, so she's in jail because of money fraud.
Mm-hmm.
and she's trying to say that her friend doesn't belong in there because she's bored.
I think it's more of he doesn't think that she belongs in there because I don't think she was thinking she was involved in the whole scheme. And she has more potential than what they actually are giving her while she's in prison.
Okay.
I think that she still like wants to be with her, I think, or still has something for her, sounds like. If she, you know what I mean? It just sounds the way the story you said it just sounds like she really wants to be, or like just want to reconnect with that person again than her current partner. It just sounds like that, really, and they'd be like, oh, they should be free, you know what? It seems like they're trying to like help them get them out and shit.
I think it also just sounds like a assload of denial, because like, okay, like take me and Squishy. We both love each other on that like that friendship basis and we'll build a good basis. But we can be great to each other, but if I go and commit money fraud, I'm still a good friend, but I'm in jail for a reason.
Yeah, you're in jail for a reason, yeah, of course.
Doing time.
Like, but, yeah.
Like,
I think they still have, like, feelings for them or some shit. There's gotta be, like, feelings or some shit, because nobody visited them, nobody wanted to see them. She's only the person to see them. And I'm like,
I think it's more out of sympathy, because we don't really get on, like, the backstory of, like, how close she was with family or anything like that.
Yeah.
And with her family cutting her off due to their reputation and stuff, and her friends being part of that, like, higher financial circle, they're obviously not going to want that to tarnish their reputation by being friends with them. So he's like, okay, let me be a little bit sympathetic here. And
this also comes off as like
the update, babe.
A hero complex, if that makes sense. So take
like a white knight complex.
Yeah, but it's for the strict fact of, if you've ever noticed, for people that are in prison, they can have pen pals. Typically, it's you don't get a pen pal of like, oh, I just wanted to write a convicted felon to see what it's like. It's women and men who have severe hero complexes of the I can fix them and I'll be such a good person for doing that, and they'll do better and be with me when they get out. And it's this need of fixing people instead of just leave them alone to learn their fucking lesson. You cannot fix people. Stupid is stupid. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it.
Killers are made.
That's crazy.
I only know this because of like Bows and True Crime. A lot of the people who get convicted have pen pals with severe, like, oh, but it's okay because I understand you and we can do better and you'll get better and then you'll be in love with me and you'll get out. And it's like, I can fix it complex. And it's like, you can't. Just leave them there. They're fine. Just let them rot.
Yeah.
Here, what's that update?
Okay, so update. It's a month later from the original post. So Molly and I sat down and discussed everything. I understood why she was worried, and she understood why I didn't think it was right to leave Amy in that place alone. In the end, I took the advice of one of the comments on the original post. I asked Molly if she would come with me when visiting Amy. She was very apprehensive, but agreed. Things were obviously awkward at the beginning, but they started to chat and got along. Amy was grateful to have someone come along, and Molly wasn't going to be rude, so they hit it off well. Amy opened up about what's happening with her. The place is incredibly run down. She's in a cell on the top floor, and the window is cracked, so it's absolutely freezing at night. And the prison only supplies a fairly thin blanket. It's overcrowded, and they're putting 2 people in cells built for 1. Amy has to share a tiny cell with a woman who doesn't like her and who controls the cell, hogging the TV, deciding when the lights turn out, and go to sleep. The food and clothes are awful, and sit in And in order to occupy herself, Amy must go to basic literacy and numeracy courses, which she's completely overqualified for. The alternative to that is sitting in her cell going mad with boredom. Amy was crying her eyes out, but tried to hide it because if others see her, they'll think she's weak. She's not had any problems with anyone, but apparently some of the others make fun of her posh accent. Her parents, friends, or family haven't made any effort to contact her. Molly was an absolute star. She hugged Amy while she cried and reassured her. I wasn't expecting this at all, but was so proud. She said she'll be happy to be her friend if she needs one. They shared a few jokes too and chatted about fashion and things like that. Amy even promised she'd give her some of her designer stuff as a thank you when she gets out. In the end, Molly hugged Amy goodbye and we promised to visit again. Later, Molly admitted that she was still a bit unsure over the fact that this was my ex, but she admitted that she could see how much Amy needs friends and people to support her. She thinks it's the right thing to do to see her as much as we can. Amy will be released mid-2023, so we said we'd see her once every couple of months if we can. That's it.
Well, I mean, she's out now then, supposedly.
No.
Yes, Silver. New podcast episode.
Hi, Silver. Wait, is it Silver?
Hi, Silver.
Don't embezzle money and commit fraud.
Yeah.
TLDR. Current girlfriend was and still kind of is a little unsure of ex-girlfriend who's in prison, but is like, I get it now.
They're gonna break up, and I mean that in a sense of that sounds so mean to say it out blunt, but there's no other way. So basically, I'm sorry. If Rosie had an ex that was in prison and he was like, yeah, babe, I feel bad, so we're gonna go see my ex in prison. Huh?
I would be like, what the fuck? I would be
That
like,
is
what the
severe.
fuck are you talking about?
That's that fix it mentality. That's weird.
It's weird, but also like I said before, I think they still have like feelings for them or some shit.
He absolutely does.
And
I mean, it could go either way. Like, they could stay together and she has two friends that she can go to when she needs it. Or they break up, he gets back with the chick who was in jail, and Molly just fucking yoinks herself out of the situation. It could go either way. Mm-hmm. There's many possibilities on how that goes, but there wasn't an update to it. So obviously it probably went well.
We can hope.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Fingers crossed.
That's strange. Just for not only like one, if you get arrested and you have to serve time, and it's specifically for any amount of money fraud, you had that coming. I don't care if you're a sweetheart. I don't care if it's too boring for you. I don't care if the other girls there don't like you because you're not cut out for prison life because you don't fit the cut and like the cookie cutter of like, oh, gang life or drug related crimes or violent crimes. Yeah. You did something fucking stupid. You're serving your time for it. Clearly, you don't belong there. Then don't do it again. It's not supposed to be some posh mansion you go into and you're like, tee, I committed fraud, and now I'm in jail. Yeah, it sucks. It's a concrete cell. Nothing about anything they described for that jail sounded abnormal. That's a normal jail. They're shitty. They suck. Because you did a shitty thing, you're not going to get a cookie. And I think it's really weird. I run the basis of like, you're an ex for a reason. I want nothing to do with you in my life. Why are you still associating with them? And they're in jail? And you're like, oh, you poor soul. You could do, and it's the constant praise he has of she's overqualified for this. She's overqualified for this. Okay, so admit you like her still, because that's really weird. She's in jail for a reason, and you guys broke up for a reason. Leave her be. Leave her alone. Let her suffer. It's fine. Can't fix it. Can't fix stupid.
No.
I think the OP's girlfriend is only putting up with but they're friends now. I think she's doing that to appease him because it's probably like that honeymoon puppy love phase. of this is something he clearly cares about, so he's an amazing human, which is going to make me want to love him more. I don't think she sees the full picture of he's affiliating still with an ex who's in jail, and that's weird.
Very weird.
I mean, but people, I'm not saying like I'm like advocating for him. I'm just saying like people in general, they have different perspectives on things.
Oh yeah.
So like you have the perspective of like, what the fuck, he shouldn't be doing this. She's in jail, leave her the fuck alone.
Yep.
Let her serve what she needs to serve and let her be alone. Jaxx has the perspective of he obviously still has feelings for her, and it's the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
But they could have the perspective of, okay, this is my ex, but out of sympathy, like I said earlier, she has no one else to go to other than me. The girlfriend was apprehensive, but her perspective of it afterwards was like, okay, I'm still kind of on the fence about it, but I'm starting to get why you care so much about it. And why you care so much about, you know, being able to give her that sense of company with visiting her. So it's honestly just a perspective thing.
Oh, we need another update. I want to know.
Like we all have our different perspectives, but so does everyone else.
Oh yeah, and I mean, like, I'm definitely
like,
jaded on it, but that's because I don't like exes.
Yeah, and like, I mean, like, the episode Shadow and I literally debated on something for 30 fucking minutes.
Still hilarious.
We have different perspective. We had different perspectives on what the story was about.
That's
but
fair.
Those perspectives are our own to speak out on. We don't necessarily have to agree with each other, but it's something that we were passionate about saying to where we did argue for 30 minutes.
I will say, I think the baseline...
Hydrobristophilia, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, I'll say, I still think the baseline for all perspectives, regardless of it being a good or bad thing, is OP clearly has a fix-it mentality. And that could be a good or bad thing, depending on how severe you go.
I think he just thinks having a criminal lover hot. He watches too many of the like movies and shit.
Too much true crime.
Like,
look, man, I watch true crime. Mason came in on me watching true crime shit the other night, and he looked at me, and then shut it off. I was like, I was watching that.
It's bedtime.
Really? That's why you shut it off? He said he shut it off because he was being an asshole. Because he wanted to.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, but either way, I'll say this now. If your girlfriend doesn't watch true crime, something's wrong with her. She's broken.
So I will say, chat just brought up a very interesting point of they want to know why the family has cut her off that way. So I can understand a high society family where it's like, oh, our reputation or X, Y, and Z. It could also go a lot deeper, just because in the beginning you said everybody else thinks that she's very snobby. She has a posh accent. This could be spoiled rich kid gone bad.
Off entitled.
Yeah.
Well, that could also just be
entitled bitch. If I'm being completely honest with you, which
that's fair.
Honest, like whenever you said that they were like, oh yeah, nobody in there seems to like. I wouldn't like somebody like that either. That's sitting here thinking that you're gonna go out and break the law, break federal crime, and then get some like cushy ass fucking cell with a nice bed, No, that's not how prison works.
It could also just be the way that she was brought up.
That's true too.
Like how she, with her accent and stuff, it can come off depending on how she says things. It's like I think it was either last episode or the one we did with Ash. It's a tone thing. It was last episode. Because depending on how her accent falls and how she talks, depending on the tone of her voice, it can come off as snobby or like posh or like rude.
Oh yeah, the main thing that the chat is bringing up
the attitude
is
behind of it.
they just want to know if it's strictly the family was saving their reputation by cutting off said child and not affiliating so they don't seem like enablers, or if it's something like, and again, it's all up in the air because we don't know this kind of end, but if there's something more that the daughter has done that the family was like, no, fuck this was like the final straw, because we also don't know if there's a past with her.
All it said in the story was they cut her off to save their reputation and just cutting off their criminal daughter. That's all it said. That was literally the sentence. Because her family was upper class and they had a reputation, so they cut off their criminal daughter. Quotes included.
Cool.
Okay. So it was quite literally, we don't want anybody from our family
Pretty
going
much.
to prison. You're no longer a part of our family because you went to
Pretty
prison.
much. Pretty much.
Don't take money that isn't yours. Don't do dumb crimes.
Don't fuck around if you're not ready to find out.
If you're gonna go to jail, at least do something cool. Steal a car. Don't listen to my
be on the
advice.
news for something.
Don't do that.
Don't listen
do
to my
not
advice.
condone any criminal acts on this podcast.
But if you
Babe, you're not helping.
make a show out of it. And there goes my head.
Speaking of
So don't
which,
listen to me.
nice.
I have a show that we can watch.
Is it a murder documentary?
Kind of. What was that, babe? What? Did I not watch Harry Potter with you earlier?
My shit went up. My ping went up to life
Listen,
for a bit.
out of
Oh
everything,
my God.
the don't shit your pants in the classroom. Don't steal money that isn't yours.
Yep.
Yep. But you know, like the monster series on Netflix, the one that has like the Dahmer series and then the Menendez brothers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I watched like a tiny bit of it.
That
It was
was
good.
It's very good.
I have no
I'm
idea
not
what you're
just
talking
saying
about, but I'm
that.
intrigued.
Listen, and I mean,
The first
my
season goes
God.
through like the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and then the second season goes through the Menendez brothers.
What was the one that followed the dude? The only things I remember about him is he targeted college campuses. He looked like he would pass himself
Ted
off as a
Bundy.
student,
Ted
and
Bundy.
he had the fucking
That's Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Bundy. Yeah, that's the only one that I've seen that's on Netflix.
there's
So
a lot
far.
on Netflix. There's really
There's a
fucked
lot.
up ones on
The
Netflix.
Jeffrey
There's a
Dahmer
lot.
and the Menendez
Um,
brothers.
So that was
Ted Bundy
our
one's nice,
our
though,
4
'cause it was like
stories
Efron.
for this episode, obviously. So if you guys are
that was
on
quick.
Twitch right now with us, I will say, subscribe. Obviously the social medias are everywhere. If you saw the stream starting screen, you'll see that. Duh. Squishy is also on Twitch. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok. She's on YouTube.
Oh.
We're everywhere. Okay, right? And we're gonna fucking flip. Boom. Cool. We got Shadow.
but I don't post anything.
And we have Jaxx. He's over on Instagram. Do you post on TikTok?
No, but I have a TikTok though. I have Instagram and TikTok, pretty much.
There we go. So that is Jaxx Central for y'all. And then
Yeah. Hey, y'all, I would just like to say, if somebody asks you to be on a podcast, yeah, just say no.
You little bitch.
he's lying. He loves us. He's literally coming over in October for our wedding. So
This is your second time here, so you
Yes, I'm gonna see this person in October. I can't wait.
You get to see
And-
me in October too.
over on the YouTube side,
no,
links will be in the
yay.
descriptions for everybody. And with the final saying coming
Don't worry, she's
directly
gonna try to
from
poof
the
on you.
chat itself, if you're gonna go to jail, make sure you end up on Netflix because of it. We'll see you guys next week.
Poof, poof.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.